y'all. I know what I'm doing. Hey, it's your girl KingMo back at it again. You know, when it comes to hold on, let me wipe my screen. It is so. I'm streaming from Twitch and hold on. Okay, make sure. Okay, everything is right. Everything is okay. I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. Technical difficulty this morning. All right. So interesting. You know, when you're dealing with certain things and you're dealing with people who want to use you, or you're in spaces where you are not being I don't want to even say celebrated, but maybe celebrated, or you're not being you're being taken advantage of, you know, and you're being taken for an idiot. You have to make sure you have strong boundaries. And sometimes those boundaries, sometimes in order to survive, you have to be quiet in your boundaries. Sometimes it's not about being like, no, I said, I'm not doing this, I'm not doing that. That's not how you always set your boundaries. You don't always set your boundaries that way. Understand what I'm saying? Understand what I'm saying? You have to reclaim your time back. Because people will drain the life out of you, and they will overwork you and underpay you if you allow them. They will. They will. They will. They will. Like right now, I've been sick. I've been having sinus issues, and I've been having nosebleeds. I just haven't been feeling that well. And I've just been trying to push through, you know what I mean? Because I don't want to use up all my time. But I'm not going to overwork myself either, especially when I'm not feeling well, when I'm not feeling the greatest. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. I'm going to I'm going to conserve my energy. I'm going to make sure that I'm taken care of in any space that I'm in. Because all I have is me, and I have to think about me. Because you're not thinking about me. You don't have to. You don't have to. There are some places, there are some environments that do think about their employees, though. Don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted. But welcome back to my channel. I've been really enjoying the feedback that I'm getting, especially on my YouTube. Twitch, I'm still trying to find my niche. Twitch, I'm still trying to find my niche. But YouTube, y'all been rocking with me. I love y'all. I see y'all. We can. We can. But I won't be on here too long. I might come on here after I get out of a meeting. Um, I don't know why we're having two meetings for the same thing in one day. Make it make sense. But anywho, um, welcome in, welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. What was I gonna talk about today? I really wanted to talk about I've had a topic on my mind that I wanted to talk about for a while. You know what? I will talk about this. I saw online before I got on here, I saw a young lady that was talking about, you know how people say, be careful of this person. The ring light is like putting a glare on my glasses. Um, be careful of this person, be careful of that person. And yes, we do have to be careful of each other, but sometimes we need to heal. Sometimes we are projecting our own insecurities when we're saying these things. So, for example, this young lady said, "Be careful of Be careful of the ladies who have fathers but still to pick terrible, terrible significant others." She said, "Be careful of the women who still have fathers but pick terrible significant others." So I sat back and I'm like, okay. I'm trying to understand where she's coming from with that. But where is she coming from with that? Because, oh, my glasses, I have a glasses thing. Where is she coming from with that? We all have journeys. And nobody has a squeaky clean dating life. We all, at some point, date somebody who's a piece of crap. Everyone. Good father, bad father, no father. So what's the point of that video? That's just like somebody making a video. Be careful of them women who don't have fathers and out here dating men and don't know how to choose a man. What's the point in that video? We all get dragged through the mud. And this is why I say, this is why they say comparison is the thief of joy. And it shows what you are insecure about. Now, there are things that we did not grow up with, and there's some things that people have that maybe there's some things that this person has that I didn't have. There's some things that this person has that I have that this person doesn't have, right? But if we're sitting here comparing each other and be careful of this person, be careful of that person, and trying to make ourselves feel better about ourselves instead of healing ourselves. Does that make sense? We all are going to, no matter if we have a daddy in the house, out of the house, around the way, up the street, down the block, wherever he at, we'll have to learn and we'll date somebody who has dragged us through the mud. And I think as women, what we have to stop doing is stop isolating each other and making each other feel like one is better than the other. We all been dragged. We all been dragged by a man before. Sis, have a seat at the table. Let's talk about it. And I'm not talking about the red table. Let's sit down and talk about that. Why do we feel like we have to compare? we're already in the trenches. We're already fighting for our rights. We're already fighting for our men to treat us a certain way. Why are we trying to compare horror stories? Why are we trying to compare who's been dragged more? Be careful. Now, can a person sympathize with somebody who may not been able to have a father present in their life? Absolutely. But we all understand. But can we understand that a person who has a father in their life, right? There are people in their lives that had their father in the home and he wasn't a present father, that he might have did more damage staying in the house than not being in the house. Can we understand that that could also be damaging? Everybody has a journey, everybody has a path. Just because somebody grew up in a two-parent household and the father was there doesn't mean the father was worth much. And I'm not trying to crap on fathers right now. That's not what I'm trying to do at all. What I'm really trying to do is address women who compare themselves to make themselves feel better. It doesn't change the hurt. It doesn't change the fact that of how men are treating us and how they try to make us feel worthless and how they are unkind to us at moments and how they try to make us feel like we are not beautiful. And how they try to make us feel like we're not worthy to be chosen. It does not change that. You comparing yourself to another woman in her journey does not change the fact that that is a part of our womanhood that we have to deal with and that we struggle with as women. That is part of the, the not so good side about being a woman that deals with men. No one's better than the other. No one's better than the other. What we can do is share information. This is what it looks like when a man loves you. This is what it looks like when you love yourself, when you're kind to yourself, when you learn how to say no. There's some young girls out here that don't know how to say no. Hey, Shakori, how you doing, honey? There's some young women that don't know how to say no. They don't know that they can say no. And so they have to go through some things because they did not know they had the choice to say no to a man. So while we're out here beating each other down, these are the things that we should be talking about. We should be uplifting each other. But instead, we are literally trying to tear each other down by the thief of comparison. The thief of comparison. You're great. I love to hear it, darling. I love to hear it. I'm a little, lately I've been a little spicy, Shakori. I've been a little spicy. I've been real spicy lately. I don't know what's in the water. I don't know what's going on with me, but I've been feeling real spicy lately. But I'm good. I'm good. I'm glad you're doing good. Sorry, y'all. I just want to make sure that this. But yeah. And it's getting exhausting to see. We all have a spicy season. Yes, I'm in my spicy season. Yeah, I'm not playing games with people because people are just wasting time when they could be healing. They could be they could be releasing themselves from their own bondage of their own minds and insecurities. Insecurities we can understand, insecurities we can relate about, right? We can come together and relate to the fact that we both grew up in a household we didn't have fathers, and I saw somebody who had a father, and it made me feel a certain way, and it made me feel like, wow, I feel like I missed out on something. I feel like I went through things because I did not have that. And when I see women who have fathers, it makes me feel some kind of way. I can understand that. We can come together and talk about that. That is a natural feeling. That's a natural thing to feel. You shouldn't feel embarrassed by that. We can come together and say, I've been single for 10 daggone years. I've been single for 10 years. And I see a woman being loved by a man unapologetically, out loud. And it makes me hurt because you know what? I have never been in a place where I have been chosen, where a man has chosen me, where a man has made me feel loved or respected. We can come together and acknowledge and relate and have those types of testimonies and speak about those types of feelings that might not be so exciting to feel, that might not be so powerful to feel, but there's power in acknowledging these things because you can release them. Because you know what's not powerful? You know what's not powerful? Getting on the internet and showing your cards, showing the fact that you are comparing yourself to other women by tearing other women down, knowing all of the things that we already go through, knowing the fights that we're already going, knowing the fight that we're already trying to fight. When you get on the internet and you show that you're comparing yourself to another woman, be careful of the women that it could never be me. It could never be me. Be careful of the women who da 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 da. I can't stand a woman who da 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 da. Sis, you're showing your cards. You're showing your insecurities. You're showing where you need healing. You're showing where you're being triggered. You're showing you're showing um, where you're emotionally immature. You're showing where your attitude is still a little nasty. You're showing a little self-hatred. That's not healing. And it's not necessary. And it never makes you look better than the next. It never makes you look better than the next. It never does. Because like I always say, we all been dragged by somebody. We all been dumb for somebody. We all been dumb for somebody, y'all. You gotta charge it to the game. We all get got. That's how you learn. Those true colors eventually show. Exactly, Shakori. Those true colors eventually show. And I would just like to see us stop doing that. What you doing that for, sis? What we doing? What we talking about? And then you'll see people in the comments that be like, just at her, sis, just at her. And they're right. Just at the lady that you were talking about. Just at her. Just at her. Or at yourself. Write a letter to yourself. Apologize to yourself. The perfect example all the time is when I see um, Beyonce, what they did with Beyonce and Kelly Rowland, what they do to Beyonce and Kelly Rowland. Because that's how society is designed to compare us, to compare women. They pin us against each other all the time. That's what they do to tear us down, right? Beyonce and Kelly Rowland are a perfect example. And if you're not strong in mind as a woman, you could fall right into that trap. And you know what, I'm even more happy about why they're a good example? Because one is light skinned and one is dark skinned. Divide and conquer, exactly, Shakori. That is a war tactic, honey. And that's what they do, the minority groups. They do it in the black community, and they do it to women for our own community. They divide. That's what they do. They divide us to conquer us. That's why men say it's so easy for them to play on us, right? For men to cheat, because there's no unity amongst us. Because you know why? Because we're always trying to compare, trying to make ourselves feel better than the next, thinking a man can come around and he knows that we want to feel better than the next woman. We want to feel more. We want to feel like we're better than the next woman. So bad that we'll allow a man to say whatever he wants in our ear to hype us up, that we will betray another woman. Divide and conquer. It's easy. And I like and I'm happy that Kelly Rowland and Beyonce, their sisterhood is so strong, because for years, society, that industry has been trying to pin them against each other. You see it all over all over the the blogs all the time. Who can sing better? Who looks better? And they always come together. They don't ever disrespect each other. They don't ever be shady to each other. They give each other their flowers. They're respectful towards each other. They never let it get to each other. And then if it does, I think Kelly came out and she said something about where she was going through certain things when she was in her DV situation, and she came out and she talked about it. And that's how you heal. That's how you overcome things when you're going through things as a grown woman. But they're trying to pin them against each other. Oh, Beyonce's not as cute. Oh, Kelly Rowland's not as cute. Oh, Kelly can sing better than Beyonce. Beyonce, blah, 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 blah. All this stuff. Two beautiful black women, strong women, who are talented in their own right, in their own lane, who love each other. And people have been trying to tear them two apart. They've been trying to tear them apart through their craft, through their skin complexion, through their looks. That's what they've been trying to do. It's a perfect example. Good morning. I'm so Houston. Good morning. I'm not gonna be on here long, y'all. I got like probably 10 more minutes, and then I gotta get off. I have a meeting. But yeah, that's what they've been trying to do. And if your mind is not strong, that's what they will do to us. That's how they have us on this online. That's how it's gotten to the point where we're online tearing each other down. Talking about each other like dogs. Hello? But you spending so much time trying to elevate yourself by trying to make yourself feel better than the next woman. To be a woman is not easy. It's a hard journey. That's a hard journey. That's a hard path. And we know it. And it's a powerful one at that. And it doesn't matter if you wear a short skirt or one to your ankles. It is a hard journey. And we know that you could do everything right and still end up with the short end of the stick. And that is why we have to make sure that we come. It is very sad. That's why we have to make sure that we continue to uplift each other and not all this comparison. Heal. Society, we're all in the same boat. Exactly. Society uses the fact that they want to keep us insecure. Society wants to keep women insecure. Why do you think that that's why it's about being chosen? That whole thing about being chosen. I saw this one girl and she put it in terms that I was like, you know what, you're absolutely right. Her name is like the Economist or something like that online. I don't everything she says. I didn't get into everything, but she said, and this is not about bashing men because I'm talking to the women specifically right now, but she said men don't feel like they have to do better because they don't have to, because they're the ones that decide if you're a wife or not. So they feel like they have the power. I'm gonna say that again. Men don't feel like they have to be better people because at the end of the day, they feel like they have the power because they determine if you're the wife or not. They're the ones that get on one knee and say, you're a wife or you're a whore. So what's the point? It's either in them or it's not. So they dangle it over our heads. Your society is created to keep us insecure. That's why you have so many people, and I am not against surgery or getting your body together and doing what you need to do for yourself. I'm not against it at all. I'm not. I'm not. I'm not against wearing wigs and weaves and doing all your things. And I wear my braids, I wear my faux locks, I wear my things, I do my thing. Okay? I'm not against anything. I wear my nails. I never went to get surgery, but I'm not against what women do to enhance themselves. But society tries to keep us insecure. They do not try to empower us. And when a woman is empowered, look at how society villainizes us when we are empowered. And that's why now that we are becoming more empowered, people are called, we are start We are now being called masculine because we are empowered. There's nothing masculine about a woman. It was an older guy on one of these. He was talking, and I was so happy that he said it. This older man, he's been married for like 30 years. He said, "A woman can never be masculine. A woman can never be masculine. It's the man stepping into what he needs to do as a man, and the woman being herself. She's independent." She can't make you feel masculine. She can't make you feel like a man. You're a man. She can't emasculate you because you're a man. So whatever she does, she's doing, but you know in your mind, no matter what, you're a man. In your life. So my thing is this, as women, and I'm getting back to the women because I don't want to get into the men. We have to stop comparing ourselves. We have to stop it. It is disgusting. And this is how we get used and abused. This is another way, this is another tactic that people come into our lives and use and abuse us because they know that we like to compare. They know that we like to compare. They know that they like, oh, that bitch ain't got nothing on you. She ain't got nothing on you. She ain't got nothing on you. Oh, she ran through. She ain't got nothing on you. You're a good woman. You're one of the good ones. You're one of the good ones. You're one of the good ones. And it boosts our egos like, oh, wow, I'm that girl. This pum pum bite back. All these bum bitches, da 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 da, all these bum bitches is my sons. All these bum bitches is my sons. What are you talking about? What are we talking about? Hello? Hello? Can I just say that I'm fearfully, beautifully, and wonderfully made? Can I just affirm myself? Can I just say that I'm that girl? Can I just say that I'm beautiful? I woke up this morning, I drank my water, I'm minding my business. That love flows from my heart. I'm a loving person. Can I just affirm myself that I wake up in the morning, I look good, I'm feeling good? It has nothing to do with anybody else. It's the competing, the so-called friends I stay away from. You got to be careful. And it's sad because we are taught that very early on to compete with each other. Women, I always say women are very animalistic. What? That's why I said, that's why I said, I don't know why men try to fight with us. I don't know why men try to argue with us. You will never win against a woman. You will never win against a woman. You will never win against a woman. We are animalistic because we are taught to be pinned against each other in a different kind of way. We have to stop doing it. We come in all shapes and sizes. We come in all different types of fonts. Some of us like to dress modest. Some of us like to dress athletic. Some of us like to dress, business casual. Some of us like to dress sexy. Some of us like to dress like tomboys. Some of us are more sexually expressive. Some of us are more, get married early, and that's who we have, and that's or you have your high school sweetheart, and that's who you marry, and that's the life that you live. We all come in different forms. But when you get us together and we start chatting, you realize, oh, dang, The stories are adding up. We're going through a lot of the same things. But we're spending so much time comparing ourselves. Back to Beyonce and Kelly Rowland. Imagine all the things that they've been through in that industry, and if they didn't have each other to lean on. Imagine all of the things that they've been through in that industry, and they didn't have each other to lean on because people wanted to compare them down to the complexion, down to the who sings better, down to who looks better, down to who's married and who's going through a DV situation. We all have our own paths. But if they didn't have each other, imagine how that would have how maybe they would have probably struggled even more in the industry if they didn't have each other to lean on as sisters in this industry. You can go, you can Google it. You can see in the interviews where people are disrespecting Kelly Rowland, asking her about Beyonce. She never once shaded Beyonce. She redirects. And when it's time for Beyonce to show up for Kelly, she shows up. But people have been comparing them for years since they were kids. Since they were kids. That's what society does to us as women. And we have to stop doing it to each other. All right, y'all. That's all I'm going to say. I'm going to come back on here later. Maybe after this meeting, if they're not trying to use and abuse me for my services today without adding a little extra. Listen, since Auntie Maxine said I'm reclaiming my time, I took that to heart. Ever since Auntie Maxine told the world she's reclaiming her time, I've been right there reclaiming mine. See you later. I'm so Houston. Make sure you like. I appreciate you coming in here with me today. I've been reclaiming my time. I'm not playing with people anymore. Even on a professional level, you're not going to drain me. Okay. All right, y'all. I will see y'all later. Shakori, I love you so much. I love you. I'll probably be back on here in a little bit. Let me just go through this meeting. All right, y'all. Adios. Like, share, subscribe. Share, subscribe. Leave some comments. Let me hear what y'all have to say. Leave some comments. I like to hear. Maybe we come back for a part 2.